Welcome back, everyone. For this lesson, we're going to be making a silhouetted tree sunset composition. And we're going to kind of walk through the steps in different video sessions. And first, we're going to start with just a drawing and the wax resist part. So you can kind of see here, we've got a warm, wet on wet sky, except for a little blue up here. We've got the cool blue in the water. We've got the wax resist here with the sun setting and the oil pastel in the water, and then we've got these kind of crazy trees in the front that are going to form like the silhouette of the composition. Okay, so today we're going to start with a nice 80-pound piece of paper because we are going to be painting on it. Please write your name, your first and last name, and then your teacher's name, homeroom teacher. And in front of that, please put your section. Like if it's 5th grade, put a 5. 4th grade, put a 4. Okay, so we know who is whose. Then you're going to flip it over and you're just going to very lightly sketch a composition. Okay, and by that, I mean we're going to have the horizon line where these mountains are in the background. We're going to have the horizon line is where the sky and the ground meet, right, which is in between these mountains. But we're going to have this horizontal line where the mountains and the water meet a little bit above the middle. Almost in the middle. So you're going to start with that horizontal line. Then you're going to just do a really thin mountain range because it's super far away across the river, lake, ocean, whatever it is. So you're just going to do like a little zigzaggedy line, maybe more rounded for some older mountains. Just you know, something very simple, wiggly kind of line. In the front, you're going to want to take up, I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 fingers of the front with like the bank. It can be more zigzaggedy, or it can be kind of curvy, either way. Okay. Then in the background, you're going to have just, you know, anywhere you want on the horizon a sun. You know, just do like a half arc like that somewhere, you know, wherever you feel like the composition is going to flow. Alright, so that's our basic sketch. Then, moving on from our basic sketch, we're going to need to do some oil pastels. Okay, so you get your table box of oil pastels, you should click it off, and then usually the sun is like a yellowish, orangey, reddish orange color as it sets. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to have your oil, choose your oil pastels. You might have to share with the person sitting next to you because there might, you know, it depends on how many oranges and yellows there are to go around. But what you're going to do is you're going to color in your sun first. Now my sketch is pretty dark so that you can see it, but please make yours as light as you possibly can so that you can barely see it, because we don't want people to say, oh look, there's where they made the drawing. They want to see, we want people to say, oh wow, that's a nice sun, and look at that little mountain range in the back. We don't want them to see our drawing. So here's my yellow for my sun, and then I'm just going to blend a little orange right around the top of it and take my finger and blend that together so it's a nice smooth even transition. Okay, then I'm going to put some of the color into the water. As far as the water goes, you want to do little horizontal lines, because as things get farther away they get horizontal, and when the waves are kind of breaking over the water you see the horizontals. Do a little bit of yellow, do some oranges in there. Okay, and this will keep the blue that we put on top from going over that, and it'll kind of give us the feel of the sunset. Okay, so for our first step, this is what we're doing. We're just making the sketch. We're just putting in the wax oil pastel for our wax resist part. Put your box away when it's time. Make sure that all that's cleaned up, and then we'll get ready for the watercolors here for the next session.